Hi, I'm Matt Munguia, the founder of the Insurance Squad, the Academy for Elite Agents. Click on the subscribe button below, and if you feel our videos are good and helpful, click on the like button for us. In the meantime, check us out at theinsuranceSquad.com. I'm going to talk about Trinity and family benefit, pros and cons in this video. First thing that comes to mind, and by the way, I should mention, in some states it's Trinity, some states it's family benefit. It's one and the same company. First off, super lenient underwriting is the first thing that comes to mind when dealing with this company. More lenient than most carriers out there. They don't care about the amount of insulin a client takes. They could be on 500-600 units a day. Of course, I'm exaggerating, but you get the point. Still first day immediate coverage. Diabetic neuropathy, nephropathy, that's okay too. Gabapentin, Lyrica, still first day coverage. Very liberal height and weight chart. 5'10", they can be up to about 299 pounds. Still first day coverage. 45 days out before the first withdrawal. That's super important. Sometimes you're sitting down with clients on the 28th of the month, 29th of the month, and they don't want that withdrawal coming out on the 3rd, which is 4 days from now. So this allows you to pick 35 days out, up to 45 days out. So that way the client's happy. They take all forms of payment: credit cards, direct express cards, checking accounts, savings accounts, doesn't matter. More importantly, it's the same price for all those, for credit cards and direct express cards. There's a lot of companies out there that charge more for that. Not these guys. All right, so same price for all forms of credit cards and direct express cards. Awesome incentive trips that they haven't 1099 yet, so hopefully that stays the same way. But we haven't been 1099 on it yet, and this year's to Hawaii. Last year I went on their trip to Turks and Caicos. The year before that it was a European cruise all over Europe, all over lots of parts of Europe, I should say. It is a know before you go phone interview. I personally like to know before I go. Now I will say this, 9 times out of 10 you get to know before you go. There is probably 10% chance it gets referred to further underwriting. But the majority of the time you're going to know before you go if the client was approved or not with their PHI. If you don't want to stay, if you're one of those that don't like to stay and do long phone interviews, a lot of companies' phone interviews these days are 20 minutes long or longer. Some of them are 30 minutes. This one's typically in the 10 to 12 minute range, so it is not that bad compared to most. Also, they do have a knockout prescription list that allows you to know if the client should be approved or not. So it gives you a good idea if the client you're sitting down with will be approved because they do have a knockout list. Consistently one of the lowest price carriers in the market for both smokers and non-smokers. Very competitive product, with Trinity and family benefit. They take all sorts of heart medications and blood thinners like Plavix, Coumadin, warfarin, Eliquis, and many other. Also, all day one coverage. Okay, I know I'm missing some stuff. They pay agents on the policy fee. I know that's important. A lot of companies don't pay the agent on a policy fee. Also, if you write $5,000 of business with them in a month, you're going to get 5% lead credit. That's very important to some agents that are buying a bunch of leads. Every bit helps. I know it helps me and several of the agents on the squad. You can elect Trinity to mail the policy direct to the client. That's the way I like to do it instead of to me. It's easy. It's an easy application. It's virtually 2-page application, front and back, and of course any necessary forms like the HIPAA and a credit card form may be needed, but very basic, easy application. They actually are one of the couple of companies out there that drafts correctly on the actual Social Security dates, so your persistency is always much higher. They also draft on the second, third, and fourth Wednesdays of the month. Again, very important. They do have a free nursing home rider. The client gets admitted a nursing home. They're able to use that death benefit to help pay for nursing home costs if that's what they want. They take, of course, U.S. citizens and permanent residents. So that's also very important. Again, it's a company that you can have combination of things, heart trouble and diabetes. As we know, there's a lot of companies out there, if you have a combination of both things, they're not going to allow coverage for that. This is not one of those companies. You should be okay with both of those things, barring, of course, medications being okay. Also, it's a 2-year look back on most things. As we know, there's a lot of companies out there have a 3-year look back on this, 4-year look back on that, 5 years here. This one is pretty much a 2-year look back on almost everything. There's a couple questions towards the end that ask, have you ever had? But the majority of the rest of the application is a 2-year look back on things. Also, another pro is phone interviews open on Saturdays, usually till about 2 o'clock. So if you're one of those that likes to get out, work on the weekends, or a client can only be seen on a weekend, you're able to write up to 2 o'clock and do that phone interview. Also, you don't have to do the phone interview with the person with this company. You can elect to write the application up and have Trinity call the application on their time. I don't usually like to do it that way, but that is an option for some agents. Some of the cons about Trinity and Family Benefit is they don't give an answer 100% of the time after the phone interview. Like I said previously, there might be 10% of the time where you don't get an answer. In those cases, if it gets referred to underwriting, I like to just pick up a different company, write it right then and there, because I like to know before I go. Also, half of your commissions get paid immediately. The other half get paid after the client's first withdrawal. So for those agents that like to get paid all their money up front immediately on issue, that's not going to happen with Trinity Family Benefit. Also, their commission is going to be lower than most of the other carriers out there. So that's another thing to think about when you're using them. But overall, very solid, usable company. And if you are looking for a contract and you like what you've heard today, make sure and reach out to us at the Insurance Squad and we can hook you up. Thank you.